So today we come with open minds, and we come in solidarity to explore new ideas and approaches to homelessness and affordable housing for our local community here in Silicon Valley.
In San Mateo County, as of the last count, it's 1,250 homeless people, and about 50% of those are unsheltered. In Santa Clara County, over 7,000 homeless individuals, and about 75% of those are unsheltered. So when you add the numbers together, you're looking at a total problem of about 8,650 of our neighbors who are challenged to find housing, and over 6,000 of them are on the streets or living in cars. Let me just layer on that a little bit, the capacity that LifeMoves brings to solving that challenge.
Fantastic.
So from Daly City down to San Jose, we have a total of 17 facilities. 9 of those facilities are large homeless shelters. 6 of those 9 shelters serve families. So we have about 700 total beds in our inventory that we manage, full every night, wait lists at all of our sites. And of those 700 beds, half of them are filled every night by children. We have an invisible epidemic of family homelessness in our community, on top of the visible epidemic that we see of single and individual homelessness.
What is the role of philanthropy in supporting those 700 beds? What is your revenue composition with government and possibly earned revenue in some way?
We're about a little bit less than 60% publicly funded, a little bit more than 40% privately funded. The private funding is individuals, corporations, and foundations. The public sector funding is mostly federal and local, a very little bit of state. And we couldn't operate without the public funding, but we wouldn't have the success we're having without the private funding. We can say with pride that 93% of the families and 72% of the individuals who engage in our programs do return to stable housing and self-sufficiency.
You really represent the new face of philanthropy in Silicon Valley.
When Max was born, we founded the Zuckerberg Initiative, and the goal was to be audacious. The goal was to create a better future that included everyone. We stay close to the real problems. We try to be connected to those doing the work and those that we're trying to serve on a regular basis. We build for the long term. We're not expecting overnight results, and we know this is hard work. And we also realize that collaboration is the key. There's not one single tool that will solve these hard problems that we're describing. It really comes from an interdisciplinary approach.
The good news is, if we can identify what got us into the problem, we can identify what can get us out of the mess. My simple 4-step solution to ending homelessness: invest in affordable housing, invest in mental health care, invest in addiction treatment, and support our veterans. If you can do those 4 things, we can fix it.
Priscilla, CZI is investing in affordable housing. So can you tell us a little bit about what your plans are and maybe give everyone a look ahead as to what you're doing, what you're thinking in the affordable housing realm?
As you all know, there isn't a challenge much bigger than affordable housing in the Bay Area. We think about supporting this work in a couple of buckets. The first is actually stemming the bleeding and actually addressing the acute issue in the Bay Area. And for that, we invest in local partners like LifeMoves and a number of other organizations in the area to actually address the pain that our community members and fellow citizens feel living here every day. You're building a relationship with an individual so that the issue, when in medicine, you're not learning about lupus, you're learning about Lauren, you're not learning about homelessness, you're becoming friends with Bobby. It's the ability to have that empathy for a person who's having those issues and struggles, and being able to relate to that and have that be part of your passion as a kid and growing into a teenager and adult. That story, that narrative, that experience is what drives you to do more. I know I have those stories. And from when I was a teenager running an after-school program, a low-income housing project, a couple kids that forever will be a part of my life and why I do this work. Just make sure when you have those experiences that you're really committing over time. It's not a one-day visit. It's really how can we have this be a part of our life and welcome these individuals into our family and into the way that we think about the world.
If you go into any of our shelters in the lobby, you'll see the LifeMoves logo, and beneath that is our tagline. It says LifeMoves. It's your life, it's your move. And I think it applies equally to everybody in this room. It's your life, it's your move, and we hope you'll continue to make your moves to support organizations like ours and other in the community that are doing such important work.
Great. Thank you.
I put together a team called the Dream Team at Wells Fargo who are specifically trained to go out to LifeMoves facilities around the Bay Area, San Jose, Redwood City, Menlo Park, and present on these really important topics of credit, money management, budgeting, to really help make sure these clients, when they leave LifeMoves, as Bruce and Priscilla alluded to, are empowered to be able to live on their own and be successful.
You know, I was excited by the spirit of partnership that was underscored today, and it really brings the importance of working together. We do a lot of that at the Packard Foundation, collaboration, and today this was a good reminder that all of us have resources, and by working together, the sum of the parts is so much greater.